we're gonna add some sprinkles. So for this one, I've decided to use these fun hot pink, or what is it, hot rose? I think it was hot rose, yep, hot rose yarn. All right, so I'm gonna find my yarn tail, there we go. I'm gonna put some of this hot pink onto my yarn needle. Apologize for my camera angle. This camera stand wants to do like its own thing today. All right, so I've got some of my hot pink yarn, and here's how we're gonna do this. So we are going to, I'm gonna start at the corner here. I'm gonna insert my yarn needle. I'm just gonna randomly pull it up. And whichever place that you start is where you should probably pull back through. I'm gonna make a nice long pull through though, so I don't have to add more yarn later. So let's see, I went through here. So I'm gonna put my finger there. And I'm gonna create, let's say maybe like one stitch over. I'm gonna create a sprinkle. This is just like how we embroider the eyes, which I'll show you in a moment as well. See, now we've got a little sprinkle. Now I'm just gonna kind of randomly add sprinkles all throughout. You can do as many or as little as you like. You can even put them in a pattern if you really wanted to, if you wanted to get super specific about it. Okay, I'm gonna make a sprinkle right there. Why not? Where else do I want to add a sprinkle? I'm gonna add a sprinkle right here. This part's just kind of fun. You just kind of do it randomly. There's no rules for this. You can add sprinkles wherever you want. It's no big deal. They don't have to be perfect because they're sprinkles. No one's gonna judge you for imperfect sprinkles. Okay. I'm gonna add a couple of sprinkles at a time here. Looks about right. And oops, I lost my yarn. That's okay. And I created a couple of more sprinkles. So you just do this all throughout. I'm gonna add the hot pink to this one, and then I'm gonna embroider the face. This one was my happy guy. This guy is going to be my angry guy, and I'll show you the difference in the two. The eyes are the same, but then we're gonna add eyebrows to make it look angry, and then we're gonna give its face just a small little line, like it's angry, rather like a slanted line, rather than a smiley face. So I'll meet you back when I'm done with my sprinkles, and we can embroider it. See you there. All right, guys, welcome back. So I've got all of my little hot pink sprinkles. I have my 2 pink strands here, so I'm actually gonna create a knot here, take it off my hook, or my needle rather. I'm just going to double knot it like you would your shoelaces. And 1, and 2, pull it not too tight. And then we're going to use both of these strands together to stick back onto our yarn needle, and we're just going to bury it inside of our Pop-Tart. Okay, so I'm going to go in right next to it, and I'm going to pull this all the way through. Try not to pull it too tight because it will cinch up on you. Okay. And then just to be extra secure, I like to then split the 2 yarn pieces and do one at a time to bury in to different locations. This one's gonna go this direction and pull that through carefully, not to do it too tight. And I'm gonna snip it off right here. And squish, squish, squish. Okay, to hide it. And then I'm gonna hide this one as well in a totally different direction. Let's hide you this way. Gentle tug. And snip it off. And squish that back in there. There we go. So now we've got our Pop-Tart with our sprinkles. Okay, now it's time for the face. So we're gonna grab black yarn, okay, and your yarn needle. Okay, we're gonna put that black yarn, pop that onto your yarn needle there. Okay, and here is where we embroider. So for the eyes, I'm going to put them in about the same spot that I did with this one. But this one, it's going to look a little different because it's going to have those angry eyebrows. So I'm going to put the first eyeball right here. Okay. Okay, pull, 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 pull. I'm going to do that 4 times through the same spots. There's 2. Here's the 3rd time through. And this last one, we don't want to pull this too tight. So this last one is going to fill that little blue spot right there that we see. That's kind of sticking up. Okay. And there, we have an eyeball. If you see some of that polyester, you can just pinch it, pull it out. Okay. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to make the next eye. And I'm going to go this way and pop it right across the way here. Ooh, I want to get it through the blue. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and I'll fix that side in a second. And we're going to do the exact same procedure here. Go down a stitch, put it up through the same spot. And at the end, I'm going to show you how I did the happy face too. So many different ideas of things that you could do with these. There's the 3rd time and the last time. Now this time that I go through, I'm actually going to start on my angry eyebrow. So I'm going to bring it off. Instead of going up to the top, I'm actually going to bring it to the corner of the eye of where I want the angry eyebrow to start. Okay. And actually, I should probably go up another stitch. So I lied. I don't like the way that's placed. So I'm actually going to bring it up a little bit further. Okay. All right. Because now we need to make him look angry, right? So we're going to bring this here. Time to make him look angry. And do that a couple of times until they're thick enough for you and your taste. I think 3 is about right. And then you're going to bring it over to the other side to do the exact same thing. He's starting to look upset and angry, which is what I'm going for. Okay. All right. And then we're going to bury that into our work. Right, and I'm actually going to use my hook just to bury it a little bit better than that. Pull it in, push it through. Okay, hide that little spot. Squish, squish, squish. Okay, all right. So for the mouth, we're going to need a little bit more black yarn. First, let me fix this eyeball and hide it back in to my work somewhere. That looks about right. Okay, bring in my hook. I'm going to bury him a little bit further there. And pull that in. Oh, I missed. I missed. All right. There we go. Push that black in there so that we can't see it. Squish, 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 squish. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to get a little bit more black yarn and then I'm going to show you what I do for the mouth. Okay. 'Tis time for the angry mouth. So for my mouth, it's actually gonna have a little bit of a downturn for it. So I'm gonna put my mouth here. And I'm gonna put it on a slight angle like this. Put it through a couple more times. Because this Pop-Tart is having none of this. He's angry. Don't know why he's angry, but he's angry. Make up whatever story you want. Okay, so I'm just gonna get that the way I like it. Gonna give him maybe one more through here and pass it. Okay. He looks very disgruntled, which is exactly what we're going for. All right. And I'm gonna hide that yarn. All right. Actually, gonna bring it in through the same little spot there to hide it. Pull, pull, pull gently. Gentle pull. He's so cute, even though he looks very annoyed. Okay. Now with these two pieces, I'm actually going to tie them together twice and then bury both pieces into the middle of the Pop-Tart. One, gently, you don't want to pull too tight because then you're going to pull all of this into where you can't see it. That's going to look silly. All right. And gentle pull. Ooh. If it wants to cooperate. All right, and there we go. Now we're gonna put both of these yarn tails back onto our yarn needle, and we're gonna carefully bury the yarn back into our Pop-Tart through the same spot. I'm gonna bring it up here. Okay, and then we can snip it off. And poke that black yarn back into the inside there so that we can't see it. Beautiful. All right, so there we have it. Happy? Not so happy Pop-Tarts. And there's all kinds of things you can do with them. You can make them nervous. You can make them sad. You can make them whatever you want them to be. I'm going to show you at the end of this video how I did the happy face. And happy crocheting. I can't wait to see what you guys create.